Hello there, viewers. Take number 7. God damn. Oh, get this right this time. Try to keep it brief as well. One of the recordings I did went on for freaking 30 odd minutes. It's just fitting because I'm looking at this playlist and it has 38 videos in it. How fitting. And yeah, I ramble way too much, so it dragged on. So I've made playlists, right? Okay, back to that again. This is my own channel, Blue Skull Dragon VN. It's got 7 playlists. It's got kind of a shoujo, Go Nippon 2015 edition. I originally did this on my other channel, but there was like a new one. And there's an even newer one that I might also LP as well. How ridiculous is that? Stack Up 2, Shuffle, Moonlight Walks, which only has 2 parts. But it has a playlist anyway, Yada Johnny Mate, whatever. In case you're interested in those. But the real reason I'm showing you that is because when I made these playlists a while back, I can't even remember when now, it's been a while, it inspired me to think, you know, I've got a shit ton of LPs on this main channel that I haven't got playlists for. Some of them old, some of them new. And I was like, fuck it, let's make playlists for them. So that's what I've been doing the past week or so. So, newest one, Fragile Dreams. Then either you got Canon with my own choices, Limbo, s.o.s, Lilo and Stitch, Casper, Journey, Clock Tower. This one's actually, they're both pretty old LPs, these two are. I'd originally it's literally the first 2 playlists I made were of these games, but they were different playthroughs I did, like the first playthroughs, these are the second playthroughs. Ridiculous and confusing. Anyway, Clannad, After Story, and Clannad Accio, which is both part of After Story, and like, it's ridiculous. Has it even been viewed yet? Nope, still no views. Just like you took 2 years, man. 2 years to get around to making this playlist. We all forgot all about it. We watched it in the awkwardest way possible by having to search on the channel or some shit. I don't know. But I finally put it into a playlist at long last. After 2 years since I made the previous one, because like this is literally the only parts of that visual novel that I hadn't put into a playlist yet. It just happened to be the freaking last ones. Well, obviously. Then there's The Sims 2, ridiculous 216 videos, about 150 parts. But the reason it's 216 is because of parts like this. Because back in the day, as you can look to the side there, YouTube time limits. I mean, look at that. Look at it. Imagine if if still had that. My LPs would drag on even longer because I ramble too much and I'd never get to the point. There wasn't really much of a point to it. What the 6 minutes? Well, it kind of makes sense because this part and all that. I mean, how do you play The Sims for 15 minutes, man? You just can't. So it gets split into multiple parts. It just goes on and 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 on. Oh. Well, look at that. Part 43 must have been when the YouTube time limit thing was changed. But still got short videos in here. I mean, what the hell? Maybe it was 30 minutes at this point in time, because looking at this, it wouldn't make sense to split them into 2 parts unless that was the case. But it just goes on and on and on and on. I wonder if anyone has even watched the entire LP in its entirety. Probably not, because there was no playlist for it for the 3 years that it was ongoing for. And nobody's going to, you know, like go back and just be like, oh, I missed these parts and all that, so I'll replay that. Well, maybe, I don't know. Don't Fart on Food. What an interesting title. If anything, some of these parts have got interesting titles. They have some amusing moments, but my god, it drags on and I ramble a lot. Pointless random things. That's a good description for this LP. So yeah, this is a very long LP, and the later parts get a lot longer because there's no time limit on YouTube at that point, isn't it? It's just like, is it going to end? Will it ever end? You have to load twice. What? Whoa. Oh, that's because it was ridiculously long in themselves, I guess. I could have, you know, just been like part 41, part 42 and all that, I don't know. Maybe it's because I was going for the part 150 thing at the end, I don't know. Even though video-wise, as you can see, it was way more than that. But yeah, I did eventually complete it, and like at some point, part 30 or something in this LP, like I saw a comment pointed out just like, you should probably conclude this LP soon because it'll kind of end up dragging on and getting stale. And it did, but it dragged on way too long. I should have really just like not have done that. Because cats, look at this. I was going to write a detailed description for this, but I don't think I can actually describe just how all over the place this Let's Play was. And yet, look at this detailed description, sort of. This is mostly just to point out mods and a brief description, though, to be fair. As far as my video descriptions nowadays go, it's pretty tame. Seriously, my video descriptions are ridiculous. It's like back in the day, my grammar was terrible, my spelling wasn't all that great, punctuation was terrible. Nowadays, I'm always trying to just like proofread it as much as possible, write as detailed about the part. And that's a funny thing, like check some of my older videos, and like the video descriptions would be like something simplest, like say like in the Sims LP for example, say there's like something like Konatar gets ripped off or something. There isn't a title like that, but just like trying to think of an example. The description would just be like, that bastard or something, and that's it. It's just like, that's not much of a description. But then again, a lot of Let's Players or YouTube gaming channels do that, don't they? Usually it's just like a brief description that's just like a sentence, much like I did back in the day, I guess. But they also usually have advertisements, which kind of makes sense how they get so popular, I guess. It's just like, they're like at the end of loads of these, like if you notice, there's a pattern with some of those type of YouTubers. It'll be like, share, subscribe, favorite, whatever. They'll say that at the end of every video. What do I say at the end of every video though? See you next time, viewers. See you next time. I've got the compulsion to say that every time I end the video, but I don't say like, share, subscribe, and all that shit. I just say see you next time, viewers. It's just like whatever. Just like I would appreciate likes though. No, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. It's just like as long as there's some people enjoying my videos, that's what matters. Anyways, Persona 4, I did this one last year. You know what? I got this in the background. My previous Happy New Year montage thing. I'm just gonna have it play in the background for music. I feel deja vu here because I remember using that exact clip for an update video at some point as well. But it's nice, man. It has an exotic sound to it. According to my guitar tutor, because of the notes I was using, it must have been Mixolydian. But anyways, you got Final Fantasy VIII, Zelda, the cat months ago. I have favorites that I, well, don't really update very often. I can't even remember what most of their videos are in there, really. There's one thing I don't have a habit of doing, is favoriting videos. I might on a rare occasion like a video, but favorite a video? That's almost unheard of. Well, not really, because like, well, think about how old this channel is. That's pretty little amount, really, isn't it? But then it comes to like, you know, share, for example. It's like and share the video. Also, this is, I think, Lydian. It's like, what are you talking about? The music I'm playing that, but whatever. Anyways, I've never shared a video, I don't think ever. I don't even know how it works because I have not really bothered with it. Anyways, Clannad, Final Fantasy 9, Clannad, Go and Ban, Clannad, Witch's House, Manfather, Parasite Eve, Mr. Dungeon, which is, how many videos you got? Okay, I think this might be potentially the third highest viewed of my playlists. It's like, bloody hell, all those views? Well, actually, that is quite surprising. In 2 years, on my channel? If it was anyone else's channel, you know, like a popular Let's Player that had, say, like, at least maybe 100,000 subscribers or something like that, like, what the hell is this all about, man? I uploaded 2 years ago. I should have more views than that. But no, I'm just surprised, honestly. Well, I'm not really at the same time, because See, Mystery Dungeon was the most popular of my LPs, but we'll get to the yellow one, which has even more views than that, which is much older as well, obviously. Planet, even Echo the Dolphin. Let's compare these other playlists actually in terms of views. 794. Actually, that's not. The loading just bugs me. I think this one has 800 something. Earthbound had like, actually I'm gonna check that anyway. 600 and something, was it? Yeah, 612. The LP, which I recorded 13 parts for back in 2011, or maybe it was 2012, I can't remember, but I put it on hold after 13 parts, and then a year later came back to it and played through the whole game. It was ridiculous. I think I just felt like not playing it back then, and then when I got back to it, it's like, I love this game, it's awesome! It was really weird. Then you got more Clannad. You may have noticed by now, obviously, is that unlike, say, on my other channel right here, where I've got like LPs just in one playlist, for Clannad there were so many goddamn routes that I put them into separate playlists. I mean, look at that, 85 bloody parts for one route. It's ridiculous. But that's because I played through the whole visual novel, start to finish, for each route. I don't think I skip through anything like I do nowadays when it comes to visual novels, playing through different routes. Anyways, then there's Digimon World. I remember when I'd started the LP, it got the copyright strike around about that time. Wasn't because of Digimon World though, it was because of one of my Clannad parts. Probably because I talked about spoiler thing. Yeah, I do not mention that name out of paranoia now. The name of that series. Wow. That's a damn lie, because I mentioned it in one of my recent videos on my other channel. But yeah. For the longest time, I wouldn't even mention that, because they're just like, no man, do not, the novel anime that shall not be named. But that was years ago, the strike has since gone years back. Look at this one right here, Penumbra. Very old LP. Like, really old, like 2012 or 11, I can't remember, but look at this now. It's not loved, it's only got 168. It feels unloved, it wants attention. Seriously, this is like, it's a really odd LP. I can't remember much of it, I just remember using the sound effects from the Worms games a lot, because I don't really know how that idea came to mind, but I just used worm sound effects. Just like, be random moments, like I'll slip and then you just hear the worm sound effect going, hello! It was really weird. Then you got more Clannad. Also notice this. It's like, same thumbnail almost every time. It's because I'd start each route from the beginning of the visual novel, and that CG is always near the start. So it usually would end up being the default thumbnail. It's not that it's like, you know, paused on that time or anything. Well, actually it is. Like in the visual novel, the CG appearance right there, it doesn't change too quickly. So I imagine that's how it ended up looking the same each time. Not every time, but a lot of times. Which is kind of ironic, because let's scroll back up. Where is it? Yeah, where are ya? Nagisa. This is Nagisa's route right here, right? This girl right here is Nagisa. And in her own route, the freaking default thing at the start isn't even the CG of her. What's up with that? You know what? It would have been fitting if that was right there instead, because this is his route, which is kind of a weird route. Kind of random. Where were we? I forget. We were somewhere around Clannad, and Canon. This was my first LP, and for the 100th time I happen to bloody say this, it wasn't the first I completed. It was the first I uploaded for, like this. Also, this is also the second most viewed of the playlists. This right here, this part right here, first video I ever uploaded to this channel. So that is something. I've said that like at least 4 times now. It's ridiculous. How much has the second playlist got? Because back in the day I couldn't make playlists more than 200 videos, but now it seems you can. And you know what bugs me is that it doesn't show like length. It used to show how long like all the videos would add up for, which I found neat because it could show how long an LP actually is, you know. But oh wow, it's got only 2000s. Man, that was back in 2011. Bloody hell, that was the year I started. I suppose this one would probably be as well, which would explain why. Oh, I actually updated it in 2014, so yes, I must have. Well, it probably originally made it in 2011 and updated in 2014 because I think I had some parts that weren't in the correct places. Anyway, look at that. Highest viewed, man. It's clearly where like most of my viewers probably came from. Just like piqued interest from that LP. It's like, oh, let's stick around, see what else has got going on here. Just like see the other ones, like some of them just like, oh man, this sucks, I'm out of here. And some would be like, oh, interesting, let's stick around. I don't know. It was either that or Canon and Clannad, I'd imagine, were the ones that brought in whatever regular subscribers I've got. I don't know. I don't know who my regular subscribers are for the most part. I see like some of my subscribers, like whenever they comment, I can recognize them as what I consider regular viewers, sort of. But the ones that don't comment though, I'm just like, who are you people? I don't know. Anyways, this is the first LP I ever did, like completed. It wasn't the first part of it I uploaded on this channel, but whatever. It's essentially the first LP I completed on this channel. This one's also from the same year, and if we go all the way back up, eventually we actually went past it. We discovered that I've LP'd it twice, essentially. This was in the same year as the original one, but I didn't make playlists for it until now, so this is the oldest one, probably, that I've done so far, like, updated. This one is, like, because, like, there's 2 different playthroughs you can do, so I was like, you know what, a year or so later, I can't even remember, so like, okay, let's do that. But anyway, one last thing, well, actually, before we go on to this, New Year video, right? I always go out of my way with them. Well, I don't always. Back in the day, they used to be fairly short. Like, first one I think was like, what, 4 minutes long at most? Nowadays, like since the one that was like 27 minutes or more, go back in 2014 to 2015, and then I topped that to the next year by having over 50 odd minutes, and honestly, it'd probably be around about that length this year. And it's stressing me out just thinking about it. Which is part of the reason why I'm going to put one of my LPs on hold. But not on this channel, it's on this channel. But I haven't even uploaded part 149. When I upload part 150, it points out that. So it's just like, well, that's a preview if you pay attention to the LP. That LP will be put on hold after part 150. Partially because I want to try to get editing and that done in advance. Like, way in advance, I suppose. At least partially in advance, you know, for the New Year's video, and also because this LP is the only other LP that I can see actually completing by the end of the year. So I want to, like, you know, do all the recording and editing for that before continuing the uploading. But anyways, so there's that. So yeah. But last of all is this ending is muted. So like, and it's muted, god damn it! I made this playlist today and I noticed that. It's just like, oh, the copyright thing on it. I remember it from back in the day. Look at this now. Chords of frustration at the bird. Oh wait, let's actually watch this. This is one of my favorite parts of the New Year video. Spoilerish, but not really. It doesn't contain anything spoilerish. Ah, man, we can't even see them at the top of the mountain because of the freaking screen capture. But look at this. Whee! Man, the power chords and the melody and the frickin' fridge going down the mountain, just priceless. Bow, bow, bow. You know, I actually got like I titled each one of these music recordings, and you know I named this one because of the part that it plays in. I named it "Flying in a Refrigerator." I was thinking of "Flying in a Blue Dream" by Joe Satriani and or whatever his name's pronounced as. Sounds nothing like it, obviously, but just title inspired there. Anyways, back to this. So the reason I'm pointing this out is because I'm going to try to see if I can edit it. Find like, well, I can find this part easily. I could probably also find the MP3 for my commentary for it easily as well, because I recorded separately because it was recording off a console. I still do that to this day because the capture card refuses to cooperate. It's like, no, capture card records, but Camtasia cannot record the capture card. So it has to be recorded separately for the commentary. Back in the day, it was DVDs. Literally recorded on a DVD. The editing was much worse back then. Much more a pain in the ass, but I still got the files for it. Essentially, the reason why it's muted is because of the song in the credits. And originally back in the day, it only muted the song. It didn't even mute my commentary at all. Like, even during the credits, it let my commentary in. But it has since had a change of, what's the word? Change of whatever. I can't think what the word is off the top of my head. But essentially, the whole video is muted now. So I'm going to try to edit it and re-upload it. So if you see Let's Play Fragile Dreams Final Part, the ending uploaded at any point, that would be why. Because seriously, that is some bull. I'll also have to, you know, make a note in the playlist. It's like, oh, by the way, the final part, skip the final part to the final part that comes after it in the playlist because the first one's muted. So I like how I experimented with that theme. Actually, I experimented quite a few video game music themes. Interruption, I have food, but I'm gonna wrap this up anyway. But listen to that. Playing the same melody, but it sounds different. And it goes back to when I comment on games soundtracks sometimes. I'd be like, you know, in soundtracks in general, they like to kind of like take a melody and use it in different kinds of ways. I mean, listen to that. Like the one before, it sounded kind of darker and kind of nastier, like dong, 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 but this sounds more gentle and relaxed. I'm not gonna click on the video itself because that spoils for Mother 3. But really, it fits the montage quite well, I feel, you know. Which pisses me off, you know. Not because it's just like it fits, but it annoys me. It's just like the videos that I edit the most are the New Year videos, and nobody watches them. Like maybe like 30 views over a year, and then nothing. It's just like it's one of the few types of videos where I'm just like, why is nobody watching? I put so much work into it because, you know, with my usual LPs, it's not nearly as much effort put into it. Well, sure there is. There's a lot of time and commitment to it. But as far as editing goes, nothing can top the New Year's videos in terms of how much editing I do. It's ridiculous. But anyways, playlists. I still got more to make. Over 20 to be exact. That's ridiculous, isn't it? But yeah. Playlists. It's like I haven't made one for the Silent Hill series, the Project Zero series, Project Diva F, the current LPs, which I'm saving for last because, you know, when you add videos to the playlist, I want them to be closer to the top, you know. I could technically probably do that, even with these, maybe readjust them, but I don't know how to, and I'm not going to bother trying right now. Let's just wrap this video up. So playlists, I will be making more over the next few, whenever. I would say days, but you never know, it could be weeks. I don't know. Because there's still quite a lot of playlists to do, despite how many I've done in the past few weeks or so. A week or two, I don't remember. It's been about a week, I think. When was this actually? It's 26th today. And updated today? What? I didn't update this today. Oh, it's probably because I clicked on that and it counted as an update despite not doing anything with it. Okay, fine, fair enough. How about Akio? Let's have a look-see. You actually have views, Akio! But 18th, so that was 18th. Yeah, a bit over a week ago. Smiles. Anyways, yeah, still got playlists to make. Just thought I'd point out in an absurdly long video where I rambled a lot, as predicted by myself at the beginning of this video. I hate you, Casper. I hate you. Your game was shit. But man, I love the soundtrack of the movie it's based on. It's beautiful. In fact, I feel like playing it, but I just... Actually, is my keyboard even on? Well, technically, yes. Hold it right there, Miku. Well, your eyes look weird. Okay. Open your eyes. Just keep like that. Whatever. Okay, let's play it off with one last wish. And by that I mean... let's fail at it, because I used to be able to play it all the way through. I'd play it every freaking day, but since, you know, not having the habit of doing that anymore, I forgot all but the main bits. And I'm playing it in an awkward way, so I'll probably screw it up even more. Actually, how'd it go? Oh, I'm playing in the wrong position. See what I mean? I am kind of like, the keyboard's on the floor and I'm sitting at the side edge of my bed. I could probably play the Xanacan better than that. Can still play that. I used to be able to play all that as well. I've since forgotten all but the main melody. What a shame. I can play this though, I figured this out. You know the I can play the right hand melody, but now I've found accompanying chords that sound very nice. Just add in an F, a C, a B flat, and an A minor. But that's if you're playing in the key of F major, which I was. It's quite nice. I think I'll use that for this year's New Year video, just like have that. It's quite nice sounding. Let's play it higher for extra effect of the beauty of it, or whatever. Let's try it on a different setting. I like how the vibraphones sound, or vibes, or whatever. Now this sounds like, well, it is Yuna's theme technically, but it has a variety of versions of it. But this sounds more like one of the actual instrumentals of it, doesn't it? And so on and so forth. Lovely. Anyways, playlists, loads of playlists everywhere. Enjoy. I finally got around to it. That is all. Now I'll eat my food and let the cat out at last. Because the cat has been wanting to get out of this room this whole time. Well, not the whole time, but some of the time. Anyways, yeah, that was an update and a look at playlists. Oh, one more other thing. Let's go through these playlists in terms of would I recommend a view. I don't know about Fragile Dreams, but I'm gonna be editing for it. I guess just like the oldest editing, because this is 2013. This LP was. I remember it being a bit of a cluster. e.v.o had some really frustrating moments, but viewable maybe. I don't know. Canon my own choices. If you like my Canon LP, you'd probably like that. Limbo's pretty amusing. I'm thinking of making a death montage of it, because there's so many times I died in that video. Well, in the LP, and there's only 7 videos and they aren't overly long, so maybe I'll like at some point make a montage for that, because that would be amusing. s.o.s is alright. Lilo and Stitch, I can't really remember. That's just one that stands out, isn't it? Casper was hell. You look at that. It's just like, of all the LPs, like, this, like, you can't exactly say, oh, this channel doesn't have variety. It has bloody variety. You got freaking survival here, but it's not survival horror. It's like full-on survival, surviving the shipwreck. You got a freaking Disney game of all things. You got a movie game that isn't Disney. You've got Journey, which is a very artsy kind of game that's very nice. Has a very nice look to it. You got Clock Tower, point-and-click survival horror. More Clock Tower, point-and-click visual novel. The Sims, a simulator game. Persona, RPG. Final Fantasy VIII, RPG. Freaking Ocarina of Time. What would that count as? Action adventure, I don't know. You got favorites, but that's not my LPs. You got more visual novels, you got more RPGs, more visual novels, a shit ton of visual novels. You got more RPG Maker games, RPGs, like Dungeon Crawler RPGs. You got more visual novels. You got more RPG Maker. You got Echo, which is like, I don't even know what genre that fall under. Then you got more RPGs, visual novels, RPGs. Okay, there are a lot of RPGs, to be fair. And then you got Penumbra, which I don't know what would fall under. Then you got more Clannad visual novels, and all that shit. So yeah, variety. But, you know, it's kind of why I made this channel for the visual novel LPs, because it just seemed like, I remember getting questions like, some people would be asking, what is Clannad or what is canon? And just like, clearly not there for my visual novel LPs. So it was like, okay, let's keep this channel to video games, keep the visual novels I've already done, obviously, and switch over to this channel, Blue Skull Dragon VN. Advertisements! I don't know. In case you haven't noticed that in all the time that it's been there. I've had it for maybe 2 years now, that channel. Anyways. Actually, let's turn the keyboard back on. Let's conclude this with a chord. I usually do this with my guitar, don't I? Let's choose. Oh, actually, how did that go? No, I can't. I've already forgot how. What? How did that melody go? No. Something like that. That's kind of going back to this LP right here. That's the freaking melody, well, one of the vocal melodies in that song that got it freaking muted on the final part, which pissed me off. Anyway, to conclude this part, which chord? Let's finish it off with... See you next time. Well, not next time. Because it's just like, what, are you going to make another one of these videos? No. I like the slow string setting on this. Just sounds really nice. Actually, I remember playing this. That's freaking Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper, that is. At least it reminds me of it because it's the same chords. F, G, E, F. To be specific, F major, G major, E minor, F major. I'm assuming that's the key of C major. Who cares? So that's all for this video. Yeah, I don't know how to conclude a video if it's not see you next time, viewers. I kind of go into how do I end the video. Whatever. See you in the LLBs and all that shit. Usual stuff. Peace out.